So here we have Chris's zucchini. We've put straw under it, and I'll show you that in a minute. But there's two reasons for the straw. One is this. You put your finger in here and pull up some soil. You'll notice how nice and moist it is, even in this 35-degree weather. The straw keeps the moisture in the ground. Okay, so that's one reason why you put the straw down. The other reason is this. You've got nice little fruits here. And like you said, something's been nibbling on it. But having the fruit sit on the straw keeps the fruit from rotting on the bottom. And so as they get bigger, they'll just stay on the straw and they'll be nice, not rotten, but they don't always go rotten either, but they do lose their color. Like you'll find if you turn it over when you pick it, if you haven't put it down there, it's probably going to be all yellow. And like I like to eat my zucchini, all of it, not just peel it, you know. So so keep the straw. This one here could probably use a bit more water and definitely a lot more straw to hold the moisture in. Okay, so that takes care of your zucchini. There's these ones over here. These aren't ours, but you can see these ones here all growing nicely too. These are not zucchini. I think these are summer squash. See how round they are? Now she's got them, and there's a tip right there. She's got them sitting on a plastic, whatever that is, styrofoam, and what it's doing there too is helping to hold it up off the ground. That one there's getting nice and big. So always stick something underneath. Her corn, that's probably about as much as it's going to do this year. And that's done really well because we've had such high heat. If this keeps up, it might produce. I'm kind of doubting it because this is August coming up. August is an iffy month. You're going to have to be really careful and watch your weather reports because you can get frost in August. I mean, you can get it every month, but August quite often, and that'll just decimate your squashes because they'll just, overnight, they'll just go flop. No second chances with squash. Okay, so now next thing we can look at are the potatoes. And if you notice here, here's the ones that we planted from the old potatoes, and they haven't done much. We can't dig it up because we can't find it. So they haven't done too much. These are the new potatoes, the seed potatoes we planted. If you notice, they're starting to flower. Here they are, starting to flower. So once they finish flowering, it won't be long till you can pull your potato plant out and get your potatoes, harvest your potatoes. The nice thing now though is maybe, I don't know if you want to try it now or not, when it starts to flower, you can just sort of root around in there and pick up the little teeny tiny ones, and oh, they're so tasty. The thing is that when they're teeny tiny like that and when they're fresh, the skin is very soft, so you want to let them all cure before you try storing them. Otherwise the skin's going to peel off, they're going to be rotten. So that's in another week or so. You could probably get yourself some little fingerlings. Okay. Yeah, well, they're the best. Okay, so that's all for here. Okay, we're talking maybe about thinning some carrots. You see here how thickly they've grown, so they're not going to probably produce really a big carrot. They'll produce a nice carrot. But the best thing to do in this pile of carrots would be to thin them just maybe from your end of your thumb to your knuckle. So you've got that much space between them, which isn't very much, this much. Okay? So you can just pull them out and leave this much space in between. You probably get a small carrot out of these, but I would just, you're not going to get anything too big out of that bunch. See, the soil could be, you notice that's another thing too. They're going to think there's been a mouse in here. The soil, the water sits on top of the soil when you're watering anymore because it's so dry. So the thing to do that I like to do is just scritch up my soil like that, and then I water it. and that way it doesn't just sit on top. So thin your carrots to about, you can knuckle on the end of your thumb. Okay, peas are coming on. Keep an eye on them. Water, water, water. They like lots and lots of water, and they're going to be so yummy. And that's when the kids might come in the garden and eat your produce. Okay, beans are starting to flower. We could check out that bed over there. It looks like it's got some beans already. And like Chris said, like thinning out the lettuce. Now you can just, like I would just pull them out by the roots and thin them. But like Chris's family relatives said, just cut it off and it'll probably grow again, and it will. But it looks to me like you've got more than enough lettuce there to last you quite a while. So, and if you've got too much lettuce, you can always pull it and give it to the donkey.
Which paddock is the donkey in?
Donkey's in paddock number 13.
13.
He's
Okay.
the one with the long ears. Here we have beets. Now I'm not sure why the beets are doing this. I'm inclined to think it's from overhead watering, and then the sun, or it could be something lacking in the soil. That's something you might want to Google. I didn't plant beets this year. I've never had that problem. And again, these should be thinned. See how closely planted they are? See, look at this. You're going to get little beets, but look at here. You know, they're going to be teeny tiny beets. But you can always eat the beet tops. And you can eat the little tiny beets too. So steam your beet tops, lots of butter. Yummy. Your Swiss chard, same deal. Just cut it. And you've got the same thing happening here, eh? To the chard, to the leaves. I'm not really sure what that is. So just cut it off. These are nice Swiss chards. Yeah, so you can just pull every one. I'm not sure if you can cut those and they'll regrow or not. I've got some spinach planted that I know will regrow. But again, you've got so much Swiss chard there, you probably don't need to have it regrow. Okay. Behind here, we've got some pepper plants starting to grow, I think. Oh, it's not this one, it's the one down there, it's got peppers on it. That's new to me. But these are all pepper plants, and they should start producing soon, I would hope. Yeah.